Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial we are going to be doing an updated version of this beautiful leafy summer dress I uploaded a few months ago. But before we go right into it, I want to thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. I love you all. And well, the updated version of this dress is quite different from the old one because I wanted something that you guys could understand better and something that will work up faster, because this one kind of took a lot of time to work. I know I was supposed to update this tutorial like last month, but a lot of things came up. I was trying to get my equipment right and all of that, so it took a while for me to record and then some time to edit, but now everything is ready. So but if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do make sure to subscribe, because most of my viewers are non-subscribers and that's a little bit sad for me. This one I'm wearing right here, I had to line it because I had to line it with the black lining because I wanted it like a pretty summer dress, not the cover up. So you can go ahead and line your own after you finish if you want, or use it as a cover up. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Since you'll be needing for this tutorial your yarn, I'm using one of the most popular brand in Nigeria, and this is a white color. I chose this white because I wanted everything to be clear. So we need our yarn, tape measure, a 5mm hook. I hope you can see that. Can you see it? I'm not sure, but this is a 5mm hook. Your yarn needle, I have a plastic one, and craft scissors. Since this yarn is lightweight, I'm going to be doubling it to give me a medium weight. This pattern is going to be a little bit different from the old tutorial because this method is going to work up fast and the stitches will be more obvious. That's why we had to go for the 5mm hook. Alright, so let's get started. So taking both yarns, these are two yarns, I'm going to be making a slip knot. Just like so. And now we need a magic ring, but the way I like to work this magic ring is I'm going to chain up one. This is our magic ring right here, and what we are going to be doing next is we'll chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. This 3 serves as a double crochet, and what we are doing for this project is double crochet, chain 3. So now we are going to be adding 3 more double crochets. 2, 3. So in total we have 7 chains, and we'll go back and place a double crochet into this very first stitch. This very first chain, we said, is our magic ring, so this is a double crochet in it there, then chain 3, place another double crochet into that very space. As you work more stitches into it, it's going to begin to expand, but that's okay. In the end, you can just pull at this tail to stitch to close it up. We need a total of 8 here, so we are going to work 7 double crochets into this very space, plus this chain we made is going to be a total of 8. So we are going to go ahead and chain 3, place another double crochet into this space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So at the end of the 8, you just go ahead and chain 3 like this. And now what you do is count 1, 2, 3, and into this third space, attach it with a slip stitch, just like so. And now for this big hole in the middle, just pull at this tail. See, closed up really well. and this is it for row 1, or our foundation, whichever one you prefer to call it. Alright, so for row 2, what we are going to be doing is chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and into this next stitch right here we are going to be placing 3 double crochet. And I forgot to mention the yarn I'm using is 100% acrylic. So chain 3 into this next stitch, place 1 double crochet, chain 3, and into the next stitch place 3 double crochet. So this rule is just this repeat. Chain 3, 1 double crochet into the next space. I'm going to pause the video now. Just go ahead and repeat this whole process and then meet me back here. So at before the final step of this row, you should have cluster of 3 double crochets together, chain 3, count 1, 2, 3, and into this third chain attach with a slip stitch, and that's it for row 2. I'm going to be a little bit fast because I mean this is a reference between the old and the new. You just decide on which one you want to follow. So I'm going to go ahead and chain up 6, and now after chaining up 6, this cluster of 3 we want to increase it to 5. So we are going to be placing 2 double crochets in this very first stitch at this corner. So you place 1, then 2, and into the middle one place just 1 double crochet, and into this last one place 2 more double crochet. So now if you count it, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 3, place 1 double crochet here, chain 3, place 2 double crochet into this first one, into the middle one just 1 double crochet, and into the last one 2 more double crochet. So I'm just going to continue by increasing this cluster of 3 to 5 and just putting 1 double crochet on top of these ones all the way through to this very last point, and I'll meet you back here. Right now, so at the end we'll just go ahead and chain up these 3 and then count 1, 2, 3 and attach it with a slip stitch, and that is it for this row. That's it for row 3. Begin round 4, we are going to chain up 1, 2, 3, that's a double crochet, and then we'll add 1 more, which has given us a double crochet and a chain 1. I'm going to be placing 1 double crochet into this very space. After placing the double crochet into this very space, we are going to chain 3. We are going to be increasing this cluster of 5 to 7, which is the highest we are going to eventually go. one more double crochet into this space, one double crochet into the next one, and into this last stitch 2 double crochets, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, chain 3. Here we are going to be placing a branching, so place 1 double crochet, chain 1, another double crochet, chain 1, one last double crochet, making it a total of 3, then chain 3, 2 double crochet into this first stitch, one double crochet into the middle one, one, and then 2, chain 3, another split in here, 1, chain 1, 1, chain 1, 1, chain 3, 1, one more here, two double crochets, chain 3, split here, chain 1, right. So at this last branching of 7, what you do is chain 3, and into this very space where you had your chain of 4, you are going to place a double crochet into that very space, to this very space, place a double crochet just like that, chain 1, and now count 1 2 3, and then we attach your yarn with a slip stitch to just close it all up, and that is it for row 4. It's beginning to take the shape of a square. I'm working on my leg, so it's going to be a little bit hard to show walking, but this is what it looks like at row 4, and we are going to be jumping right into row 5, so we are going to be chaining up 6, and into this next stitch right here we are going to be placing 3 double crochets, this is a branching out of a new leaf, so this next stitch here is going to have to decrease for this leaf to bloom. 1 2 3, so chain 3. Now to reduce this one, since 7 is the highest, we are going to eventually go, we are going to be skipping this stitch and walking into the next stitch, so skip this one and into this one, place a double crochet, just one double crochet, and then into the next 4 stitch just one double crochet each to give you a total of 5 stitch. So for this one we are skipping the first and last stitch. 1 2 3 4 5, then chain 3, and into this branching we are going to be placing 3 double crochets without chaining in the middle, just 3 clusters. If you don't like this one, you can check the old tutorial, I'll put it in the description box too. Then chain 3, and into this middle one I'm going to be placing just one double crochet. So what is happening is this roll of one double crochet is going to be a constant all through, even after you split it. So after you place this one double crochet, chain 3, and into this next one place 3 double crochets without chaining in between them. Chain 3, skip this first one to the next one, ignore this last one, so you should have a total of 5. Chain 3, just keep repeating what you've done here and here. So here you place a cluster of 3 without chaining in between. Alright, so before we get to this last one, chain 3, and into this last double crochet here place 3 cluster of 3 double crochets there. After placing those 3 clusters, chain 3, and now count 1 2, and into the third one attach with the slip stitch, and there you have row 5. Moving on to row 6, you're going to be chaining 6 as usual. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now we are going to be increasing this leaf, so we are going to be placing 2 double crochets in this first stitch, and in the middle one just 1 double crochet, and in this last one 2 double crochets. So this branching increase to 5. So we are going to chain 3, and this one we are going to keep decreasing it, so we are going to be decreasing it to 3, working in odd numbers. there we've decreased it to 3, so chain 3. Feel like everything here just works in odd number. If you understand that, it's going to be really easy. And we are going to be increasing this one to 5, so 1 double crochet and then 1 more, giving you a total of 2, 1 in the middle and 2 at this outer corner. And since we are the branching corner, we'll chain 3, just 1 double crochet into this very space. Is this corner that's going to give us that squarish nature. Chain 3 and then increase the sleeve by the side. And into the middle one, 1 double crochet. My camera is shaking for some reason. I bought a phone holder since I wanted to film with my phone and it's not very strong. Chain 3, decrease the sleeve to 3, 3, 1, 2, 3. Increase this side. Chain 3, middle one, so after you finish, just chain up 3 and attach to the 3rd chain as you've been doing. So just know when you get to the end, you always attach at the 3rd chain. Even when you chain 4, you're attaching at the 3rd chain. So this is it for row 6. For row 7, we are going to chain up 4. For row 7, we are going to be repeating row 4. So row 7 is a repetition of row 4 at this corner. We are repeating row 4. So chain up 1, 2, 3, 4. Place 1 double crochet into this very space. Chain 3. This leaf here will increase to 7. Just as in row 4, when you had this split, you increase to 7. When you had this split, you increase to 7. So at row 7, where we have this split, we are increasing the nearest leaf to 7, and this leaf right here is going to be decreasing. So this is what is going to be repeating itself actually. Wherever you have to split, your closest leaf is going to be increasing to 7. chain 3. Now this leaf right here is going to be decreasing back to 1, just like it started with 1 at the foundation. So this is now a complete leaf. Then to begin to continue to 3, we are going to be increasing this one, to be increasing it to 7. So at this corner we are going to be splitting. I don't know if you understand what is happening. At this corner we are beginning to split into 3, so the nearest leaf is increasing to 7. This very first leaf, which began from here, just ended at 1. This leaf here is increasing to 7, so we are splitting at this corner. So we are going to be placing 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 more double crochet, chain 1, then 1 last double crochet. So total we have 3 double crochets with chain 1 in between them, chain 3. This leaf here is going to be increasing to 7. Here I'm going to be decreasing it to 1, just like here. So decrease this one to 1. So you're just going to go ahead and repeat this whole process all through to here, and I'll meet you back here. After chaining up 3, you place the double crochet into this very space. Then chain 1 and attach it with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. And that is all for row 7. So to begin row 8, which is the last row I'm going to be showing you guys on here, because it's just going to be a repeat of everything we've been doing. So chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we are going to be springing out a new leaf by this side. So we are going to be placing cluster of 3 double crochets into that very 1 stitch space. There you go. Now chain 3. We are going to be reducing this 7 back to 5. So you skip this first stitch and place 1 double crochet each until there are 5, and then ignore the last one. Chain 3. Now when this old leaf finish, we are going to be bringing out a new leaf, but we are not going to be branching it with a double crochet and chain between them. So for this old leaf, we are just going to go ahead and place 3 clusters together without chaining. So 1, 2, don't chain, do not chain, and 3. We are betting a new leaf right on top of it. Chain 3, reduce this leaf down to 5. Chain 3. Now where we have this branching, we are going to be placing 3 double crochet here chain 3, 1 double crochet here, chain 3, 3 double crochet here. So this row 8 is actually a repeat of row 5, yeah, and then decrease this one down to 5. the pro the problem working with double yarn is you might not pick one up, so you might have to unravel. If you find a medium weight yarn that you like, perfect, but if you don't, you can join two lightweight together. So after this, we are going to be bringing our new leaf here at the old leaf that finished already. All right, so you just go ahead and repeat what you've done from this side. Repeat what you've done from this side all through to you until you get back here, and I'll meet you guys back here at the end of row 8. After putting the 3 clusters here, all you have to do is chain 3 and attach with a slip stitch in the third chain. There you go, and that is all for round 8. So this is where I want to stop because everything is just going to be a repeat of all you've done here. I'll just explain it. So this next stitch here, you're going to increase it to 5, yeah, increase this cluster of 3 to 5, and this next one you're going to decrease it to 3 on top of this leaf that just finished, and you added a cluster of 3 on top. You are going to increase it to 5. So whatever you are doing to this corner, you are doing to this space. Decrease this one to 3, increase to 5, chain 3, place 1 double crochet on top. So just repeat the whole process. After repeating 2 rows of 1 double crochet each, you know that it's going to be a split. Just like after a split, you have 1 2 split, so you're going to have 1 2 split. You repeat this whole process until you finish row 13. After you finish row 13, meet me back here. We are going to start row 14 together because it's going to be quite different. So I'll see you guys at the end of row 13. So we are at the end of row 13, and this is what your work should look like. We'll just jump right into row 14. So now to continue row 14, for row 14 we want to flatten this base out. The top of this one is going to be different from the old one, so for row 14 we want to flatten it out to give us that halter shape. So now what we are going to be doing, we are not going to be chaining 6 in this first stitch here. We'll go into this stitch beside it and put this with a slip stitch just like so, and then we'll go ahead and chain up 6. After chaining 6, everything around here will remain the same. At this corner we are going to work it the way we have been doing it, the way we have been working. Nothing changed, just here. So everything around here is going to remain the same all through to here. So now I'll go ahead, we will no longer be increasing this stitch, so I'll go ahead and decrease this next one. When you get to this corner, it doesn't change. You are going to put 3 clusters of double crochet here, chain 3, one here, and then chain 3 with another 3 clusters here. Then you continue working everything until you get to this point, and I'll meet you get to this very last leaf stitch, and I'll meet you guys back here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause the video. This leaf, last leaf, you just go ahead and chain up 3, and then place 1 double crochet into this stitch here. Just keep in mind that you're not going to work any stitch into this middle one, since you are trying to flatten it out and then build it outwards to cover your bust area. So this is where the sizing come in. As you are working like this, you are going to measure to know how stretchy it's going to be to cover your bust area. So for size 8, we are going to be working that all through to row 16 or 17, depending on how large your bust is. So to continue the next round, you just chain up 6. Turn your work. Since we are no longer working here, you just have to turn your work and then decrease this leaf again. Increase the next leaf. Chain 3. Decrease this next leaf. Chain 3. Increase this leaf. So we're almost at the end of row 15. Chain 3, then decrease this last leaf down to 3. Chain 3. Now from here, count 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th chain, place a double crochet into this 4th chain. So count 1, 2, 3, 4. Place a double crochet in it. Now if you're size extra small, row 15 should be okay, but size small, you want to increase it to 16, and then for size medium you want to increase it to 17, 18, then large you want to increase it with 18, 19, 20, and so on. So what you do is, to know how many rows you are going to increase it, you want to measure this point out here like this. I want to measure this point out and then stretch it to see how far it can go, because you don't want something that's exactly your bust measurement. If not, it's going to be flappy. When you wear it, it's going to fall. So you want this part to be a few inches less than your actual measurement. That way it's going to hold your breast perfectly if you are not planning to wear it as a cover up. So I'm going to continue up to now. I'm going to finish this sleeve for row 16. So chain 6. So we are reducing this sleeve down to 1, chain 3, increase this sleeve. Right, so I'm just going to explain this row 16. When you finish working up this area, when you get to this point where we do the branching, you are going to branch in the 3 points. Now you have 3 points where you need to branch since you flatten out this area. So when you get to this point, you branch out, work it up, and then branch out, work, then branch this part out. And I'll meet you guys back at the end of row 16 so that I can explain row 17 for those of you that want to go further. Alright, so we finished row 16, and this should be okay for most sizes. If you are going to continue increasing to get your desired size, let me show you what you are going to be doing, because this sleeve that just finished, we are not going to be working into it any longer. While trying to edge it this way to get your boob size, when the leaf finish here, no matter what row you want to go, when the leaf finish at this point, you don't increase it again. So this is what we'll do. Chain 6, 5, 6, turn your work. Now you are going to skip this stitch totally and go right into this one. Whatever is going to happen here, that's what you are going to do. So here we are meant to decrease it to 5, so you start decreasing this to 5, just like that, and then you work it all around. Nothing in the middle change until you get back to this point. When you get back to this point, just chain 3, skip this one and put a double crochet into this, into the 4th chain at this corner, and then that's how you're just going to keep working it. So if you're not ending here, just use this guideline and proceed outwards. Do not put any stitch here after getting here. Chain 3, skip this one and place a double crochet into the 4th chain, counting from here, and then just keep working it until you get your desired bust size. But make sure you keep taking your measurement, because you don't want to get your exact bust measurement. If not, it's going to be flappy since it's a bit stretchy. So this is how to finish the upper area. When you get to your desired length, all you have to do is chain up 1 and then cut off your yarn. Chain up 1, cut off your yarn at this point. After cutting your yarn, pull your yarn, just tug on it to tighten up, and that will be all for this section. We want to work the waist area, extend it outwards like so. But before we start, we want to take the measurement, because for some people at this point, they've already gotten their waist measurement, their waist length. People with very tiny waistline. So you want to place your tape from end to end at the middle, just all the way across. For me this is 20, so if I pull on it, it is 25. So it means I have to work more to get my desired waist measurement, but with a few inches less than the actual waist measurement. So taking the yarn, you want to reattach it to the middle. If your work ended with a 3 split, you want to reattach it to the middle one. But if it ended with just one like this, even better for you. So now we'll just reattach our yarn to the middle one right here. Right, now we'll be working downwards towards length. Now we are working up length and waist. Nothing actually changes at this point. All we are doing is continuing but not working upwards any longer. Now to start working the wrist area, the extension, um just like every other row, we are going to start by chaining up 6 after attaching our yarn. 5, 6. Now what we are going to be doing is building out the leaf here. Since we stopped at a split 3, we just have to build out the leaf, but if you stopped at 1, you just have to continue with whatever stitches beside it. Then chain 3, decrease this stitch. Apart from the attachment, nothing actually changes. Now when we get here, we are just going to chain, place 3 double crochet here, chain 3, 1, chain 3, and then continue all the way through to this other corner, and then repeat what we just did here. But I'll walk you guys through this first side, then I'll meet you guys back here at this last leaf stitch. Right, so now at this middle tail, we are going to do what we have been doing after the splitting. We are branching out a new leaf from this corner, and then we chain up 3, 1 double crochet in the middle one, chain 3, 3 double crochet into this cluster, right. So now you are just going to go ahead and do whatever you've done this side to this side, all through to this point, this last leaf right here, and I'll meet you back here. Now at the last leaf, you just chain up 3, and then branch out a new leaf from this one, then chain 3, place a double crochet into this middle stitch, and that's it for this row. Now we are beginning to work it outwards. We are no longer coming upwards where we have our neck. This place is pretty much done for now. Now we are going to extend the waist and then build out the length. So now chain up 6, 1, 5, 6, turn your work, place 2 double crochet into this first stitch, 1 double crochet in the middle one, 2 double crochet in the last one, then chain 3, skip this one, Now it's just going to be a repeat. We walk it around straight to this other corner and I'll meet you back here. To finish this second row after the attachment, chain 3 and then count third chain from here and attach it and place a double crochet into the fourth one, just like that. It's beginning to come out this way and also this way, like so. So now what you're going to do is just keep going back and forth until you get the length of your waist, you get your waist measurement, and then meet me back here. Yeah, when the sleeve finish, if you haven't gotten your waist measurement here, just continue as you continue this one. Don't branch out here again. At this point, these two corners like this, you don't branch out again. The only place you branch out is at the middle where we need the length to be longer. You just keep branching out only here. So at this point we just keep it straight and basic. So guys, after the attachment, I've walked six rows down from where we made our attachment, and this is the seventh row. I just want to quickly show you something how you can continue with this sleeving. So when you chain up 6, since we are no longer branching out by this side, you just go ahead and put 3 clusters of double crochet in this finishing leaf like so. 1, 2, 3, and then chain 3 and continue your work as usual until you get to the opposite side here. When you get here, just place 3 clusters of double crochet here, chain 3 and place a double crochet in the fourth chain at this corner. Just I'm showing you this because you might want to go 3 leaf mode depending on your waistline, or depending on how well it will fit you when you wrap it around just a little bit up below your navel. So I'm showing you this so that you know how to continue. Alright guys, so after the extension, after the attachment for this extension, I have a total of 8 rows, and that is approximately 29 inches. Now that we've gotten our desired length, we want to attach. Just go ahead and take out my needle and count 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth one. To the fourth one, I just want to pull this, grab this other yarn. I'm going to reverse it now so you can see in the fourth stitch. In the first stitch, insert my yarn, and now I'm just going to pull it through like this. And in that way we've secured it nicely and it's not going to like turn around. When you attach it like this, it helps your work face downwards, the area you want it to walk up towards. So now to continue our work after the attachment, we are just going to start by chaining up 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to continue working this leaf, so we are just going to try completing this leaf. This is going to give us some kind of space if we finish it. So at this point we are meant to increase it to 7. So increase this leaf to 7. What you're going to do is continue working the same, repeating what you're supposed to do. Here you're supposed to decrease to 1, so keep working until you get back to this area and increase by 7, and then I will show you guys what you should do next. To finish the first row after the attachment, just chain up 1, 2, 3, and then count 1, 2, 3, and into this third chain attach it with a slip stitch. And now we'll finish the first row. We'll go on to the next step, that is decreasing this stitch of 7 to 5. So you start by chaining up 6 again. Now what you do is skip this first stitch and into this one. Now what we are basically doing is building out length. Chain 3. Bring out a new leaf from here. Chain 3. Reduce this leaf. Now what you will be doing is just repeating everything you've been doing, like the stitches that are supposed to follow, reduce to 5, increase to 3, until you get to this middle here. And when you get to this middle, branch out a new leaf from here. Branch out a new leaf from here. Put 1 double crochet in the middle. This part is building it outwards for length, giving it length. So just go around all the way through to this leaf. When you get to this leaf, chain 3 and attach it with a slip stitch to the third chain, and then continue until you work this leaf down to 1 stitch in the middle, and I'll meet you back here when you have 1 stitch here. Okay, guys, when you finish this leaf, this is what you should have, something like this. At this point you might want to go ahead and measure it if you don't want it too long, so you know if you stop increasing at this downside. So go ahead and you just measure it from top to bottom, from this very top here, measure it from this very top here down to this bottom, just like so. For me, I have 29 in length, is 29 inches. I'm going to work it a little bit more to give me 31 or 32 inches. So this is what I want to show you guys, so you can work your desired length. To continue, after finishing this first leaf, we are going to chain up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we are not going to be working into this leaf anymore. That's the end of this leaf, so we'll skip this leaf and go directly into the next leaf, which is this one. So this leaf is finished, we are done. We don't have any business with this leaf anymore, so it's pretty much done. So you skip this 1 double crochet here and go into this next leaf, and whatever you're supposed to do in this next leaf, that's what you're going to do. So this leaf is meant to decrease to 7, is meant to decrease to 5. Decrease it to 5 and work whatever stitch you are going to do. And then when you get to this middle is always a constant as long as you are working your length. Even if anything changes, it doesn't change it as long as you are trying to build the length outwards. Just keeping this length, this stitch, I'm going to jump right into the next one and do 5 double crochet in the next 5 stitch space. So chain 3, chain 3, increase this stitch right here, chain 3, decrease the stitch, chain 3, increase the stitch, now you just repeat what you've done this side this other way until you get back to this point. When you get back to this point, I'll meet you back here. So getting to this end, before we make our attachment, remember you skip this stitch, so you just go ahead and chain up 3, 1, 2, 3. Skipping this one, you count 1, 2, 3, and into the third chain just attach with the slip stitch. There you go. At this point I missed a stitch, I mean over counted, that's why it's puffy right here, but the correct sense, this is what it should look like. And now to continue, this is what we are going to be doing. Since if you are building out length, but if you don't want it to be longer than this, at this point is okay. But if you are building out length, if you want it to be maxi, like long going to up to your ankle, you can do that by just keeping this middle point a constant. That's what will be constant from now on. Now I want to change up a little bit, so I'm going to chain up 6, 4, 5, 6. Now initially from 5 we reduce to 3, but at this point we are going to reduce it directly to 1, because if you don't reduce it drastically like that, you end up with some sort of bulging, almost like here where I have an excess stitch. Yeah, so you end up with some sort of bulge, and here is going to kind of like bulge. So after these few steps, at this point you are going to reduce it drastically. So from 5 we are going to reduce it directly to 1, just like that, and then chain 3. Every other part in this middle like this is going to remain the same. So after skipping directly from 5 to 1, just chain 3, increase this one as it's supposed to be. Chain 1, chain 3. Here you reduce it to 3. The hair is going to work up as it has always been working. Chain 3, increase the next stitch. Right, so continue your work with everything you've done this side, all through to this side, and then when you get to this last stitch, just place 1 double crochet in the middle, chain 3, and attach with a slip stitch in the third chain, counting from underneath, and I'll meet you back here. So I went ahead and finished this row, and this is what it looks like. Now the next thing we are going to do is skip this one and work this next stitch. So chain 6, 6. I'm doing this because of this Sophie that I might want to do it an ankle length dress, but actually this length is enough if you want a short cover up or dress. I mean this length right here is enough. But for those that might want to make it long, let me just quickly run you through this next row because I want to be thorough. So chaining 6, you are skipping this one. So at this back part, as you're increasing your length, this is the formation it's going to take now. When this stitch increase to 7 and you go round and come back, it's going to increase to 5. When it's going to decrease to 5, when it decreases to 5, this very stitch, when it decreases to 5, we are going to skip the whole decreasing to 3 thing and decrease it down to 1. And when you decrease it down to 1, that means you finish working the sleeve just like we did this both side. So we are no longer working into this stitch anymore. We are going to chain 6 and go directly into this stitch and increase it to 7. So we increase it to 7. Now everything in between is going to remain constant, yeah. So chain 3. Here you decrease to 1. Chain 3. Increase to 7. Work everything all the way through. Here you increase to 7, then you split this middle part, work all the way through, and when you get here, skip this one, chain 3 and attach with a slip stitch. Just keep repeating this whole step, this step to here, until when you measure your length is as long as you want. Then meet me back here. I don't know if I explain it really clear, but this back side is important that you know that we are no longer working 7 5 3 then 1. We are working 7 5, skipping 3 to 1. Make sure that wherever you want to end your length, it should end in the area where we put 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. That's the splitting. No matter where you end your length, even if it's the maxi dress, midi dress, mini dress, make sure your length at this point ends in a 3 split, because it's really important to end in a 3 split. And meet me back here whenever you finish your length. So guys, I've gotten to my desired length, and that's 32 inches. That's 2 inches. From where I made this close attachment here down to here, I went 10 rows. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10 rows, just from where I made this attachment, the close of 10 rows. So I've gotten my desired length and I ended it in a 3 split. It is important to end in a 3 split is because at the 3 split you have 7 clusters of double crochets at this bottom side, and you have clusters of 7 crochet at this back middle, which is really important because from this point we are going, this stitch and this stitch will be working up the same. Whatever happens here happens at this a corner. So it is important that you end in the 3 split so that the stitches here will be the same. Now that we've gotten our desired length, what we are going to go ahead and do is we are going to go ahead and chain up 1 and then cut off our yarn. Leave it long enough so that you have enough tail to use it to tuck it in later. So when you cut, so just pull through and then tug on it. And that is all for this part. I'm just going to put a quick picture of it so that you can see what it looks like at this point. At this point, this is what it looks like. Now to continue, we want to close up this open area so that everything can be even and edged out. So we are going to start working from the bottom now. So grab it from underneath. Now we are not working into this middle stitch any longer. We're going to be working from corner to corner and then turning our work. So insert our hook here and we attach our yarn. So we attach our yarn, then chain 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, it's from the bottom we are working now, not from the middle back any longer. So after chaining 6, I want to go ahead and reduce this cluster of 7 to 5. Chain 3, increase this one to 3, chain 3, decrease to 5, now just continue increasing this one stitch to 3, decreasing to 5, up or through till you get to here, and I'll meet you back here at the middle back, just before the middle back. I'll meet you back here. Alright, so now getting to the middle back, you know, before here we had a chain 6 and we used to just attach with a slip stitch, but now there's no need for attachment. So what we are going to be doing is, after the sleeve we'll chain up 3, and then going directly into this space, I'm going to put 1 double crochet in it, chain 3, and then over to this side we'll continue with the stitches that we've done this side. So I'm going to be reducing the 7 down to 5. Now that is what it looks like. So there's no need for attaching with a slip stitch. We just put a double crochet, walk it over to the other side. At this last leaf, after putting your 5 double crochet, you just want to chain up 3, and into this stitch right here, just place 1 double crochet in it. Now it's beginning to edge out. We are not working into the middle one, so what we'll do is chain up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn your work. Now since here and the middle back will be working up the same, after the 5 double crochet we are going to jump into 1 double crochet instead of 3. So just place 1 double crochet in the middle, that's keeping 2 first, then just placing it like that, chain 3, increase this leaf stitch up to 5, Alright, now go ahead and chain up 3. Decrease this leaf stitch to 3. Getting to the last leaf at the middle back, which is this one, chain up 3. Place 1 double crochet in the middle of the 5 cluster, which will be the thread, like so. Chain 3. Place a double crochet directly on top of the previous double crochet at the middle back. Chain 3. Place 1 double crochet in the middle of this one, and there you go. Now continue all the way around until this last leaf stitch, and I'll meet you back here. At the last leaf, at the hemming area, just place 1 double crochet into the middle, like so. Chain 3. Count 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th one, place a double crochet in it. And this is how the edging is coming along. So now chain 6. 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn your work. Just like we have been doing for the middle back, after this stitch finish, we are not going to be continuing it again. So this is the end of this leaf. After chaining 6, we are going to skip this one and go directly into this leaf stitch and increase it down to 7. Increase it up to 7. So this is what you are going to basically be repeating. I'll show you until this leaf finish like this one, and then I'll leave you guys to it. So to continue, just increase this leaf to 7, decrease to 1. When you get to this point, the middle back, increase this leaf to 7. Skip this leaf that I already finished. Place a chain 3. Place a double crochet here. Chain 3. Skip this leaf that I just finished. Increase the stitch to 7. Right, so just for clarity, when you're at this point, meet me back here so that I'll show you how to cross over. Right, so at the middle back, after placing our cluster of 7, just go ahead and chain up 3. Skip this stitch and into the double crochet, place double crochet in it. Chain 3. Skip this stitch into this side, place 2 double crochet in the first stitch, and just continue working as usual. And so if you can see, there's no bulge, it's flat. It's all flat. Now just continue working until you get to this other side at the bottom. Right, so at the end, while skipping this last leaf, just chain 3 and place double crochet into the 4th chain. just like that. So now you can see how beautiful it's edging out. And the next step, you know what we are going to do? We are going to be chaining 6 and reducing the stitch down to 5. 4, 5, 6. Turn your work. Reduce this stitch down to 5. Start out a new leaf here by putting 3 clusters of double crochet together. Chain 3. Decrease to 7 to 5. Right now, so continue working all the way around until you get back to this other side. You already know what to do. Now the final row before I go, so you can just continue working. 2, 4, 5, 6. We are going to be finishing this sleeve, so just jump right into the middle and place 1 double crochet, and that's it for this sleeve, just like we did for the previous sleeve. Chain 3, then continue your work. So guys, just keep repeating this whole process until you've covered. Just keep repeating this whole process until you've covered this part. Alright guys, so I'm at the very last leaf stitch before everything closes up nicely. The very last 2 leaf stitch on the middle back, at the middle back. So after chaining 6, what I'm just going to be doing is placing 1 double crochet in the middle, just like we've been doing. Now after placing that 1 double crochet, before we used to chain 3 before placing the 1 double crochet at the middle back, but now we'll chain just 2 and then place 1 double crochet at the middle back, chain 2 and finish the last leaf stitch by placing 1 double crochet at the middle of the 5 clusters. We'll chain up 2. After chaining up 2, we'll just go ahead and place 2 half double crochets into that very chain space, giving us a total of 3 plus the chain 2. And from there we are going to place 3 half double crochets into every chain space until we get back to the beginning, and then close it up with a slip stitch, and that will be all for this down part. Finish hemming the under by placing 3 half double crochets in these spaces under the chain spaces under. Now we are going to be working the open back area to the front. So what you do before you start working this upper area is you get 2 stitch markers. Get 2 stitch markers at this corner where you cut off your yarn. While working the neck area, place 1 stitch marker in it. Then on the opposite side, count on this opposite side, count 1, 2, and into the 3rd chain, place another stitch marker. This is where we are going to be reattaching our yarn, not at the middle back directly, just on another stitch beside it. Now go ahead and chain one. This this one on the loop doesn't count as a stitch. Hope you know that it never counts as a stitch. So go ahead and chain one. Now place one half double crochet here, one more half double crochet, that's two plus chain one, three. Then into the next chain space place three half double crochets, into the next three, work three half double crochet up until when you get to this area where you extended your waistline from. Now getting to where we have our extension, I already put three half double crochet there, so directly into the stitch that's carrying it you place one half double crochet in it, then into the next double crochet space place one half double crochet in it. Then from this point at this chain space you place only two half double crochets. One, this place that has a stitch, you are going to work half double crochet in between it, not directly into it, in between, like so. Go in between it and place your half double crochet, not on top of it, in between. Just like that. Then into the chain space two half double crochets, where you have this one stitch you are just going to skip by it and place half double crochet in the chain space beside it. Now just keep working all around until you get to where you have your stitch marker. Now meet you back here. Getting to this space where we have the stitch marker, I already placed two half double crochet there. You remove this stitch marker. You just want to place one more half double crochet here first to take it to exactly where you had your stitch marker, right? Then from there you're going to start chaining up. This chain you're going to make it as long as possible because you're going to be using it to crisscrossing your back, and the back is pretty much exposed, so you want a very long chain. You could be chaining up to 250, 300 depending on how long you want your chain. Guys, I finished making my chain, approximately 300 plus, but I'll tell you the length in inches. I have 105 inches here, right here with me, so you can use your tape measure to chain long enough and then measure it up to 105. That's how long I want it to be. And now to go back down, um now I'm going to go back down with slip stitch into each chain, and going back down with a slip stitch will reduce the elasticity of your rope. If you don't want that, go back down with single crochets, whichever one you prefer. This is what it's going to begin to look like. Alright, so I'm at the end of my rope. What I'm going to be doing is this half double crochet right here before I extend my chain. Now I'm going to go into it with a slip stitch. This is to anchor my string nicely, so now there's no hole in between. And after doing that, into this very space again, you need to go into it with a slip stitch like that, just like that. And now to continue working this halter neck area, I'm just going to place, because it's a turning, it's going to get more half double crochet. Since we had two, one for the attachment, we are going to put two beside it. Now going into the next chain, we are going to place 3 half double crochet in it. Then skipping this stitch here, going to the next chain, 3 half double crochet. Now into this space where we usually have our 3 clusters, this is what we are going to do. Into this space here, 1 half double crochet. Then in between here, like so, 1 half double crochet. In between the next space, 1 half double crochet, like that. Then into this space where we have our stitch marker, we'll place 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And now we want to start our extension for the chain. Remove your stitch marker. Now extend it outwards just like you did for this cord. It should be exactly the same. When you finish, come back with a slip stitch, and when you get here, place 3 half double crochet by this side. Then continue working this area just like you did this side, all the way through to here. At this very point, middle back, and I'll meet you back here. We are at the middle back, and what we are just going to do is at this middle back here, almost at our starting point. This is the middle back. We are just going to place 1 half double crochet into this space right here. After placing this 1 half double crochet here, all you have to do is go into this one here with a slip stitch. This first chain you need, just go into it, the very peak of it, and attach it with a slip stitch to close it up, like so. Then chain 1, and cut off your yarn. And that is all. We are going to be talking in this space with our yarn needle. Lace it however you want, or check reference for lacing in the old video. Okay guys, this is it for this tutorial. I hope you like it. Leave a comment down below to tell me which one you prefer, the old or the new one, and go catch up with me on my Instagram. I post more there.